Shalom, shalom, Israel. Happy feast day. Today is the day of Simon. We want to give all honors to all the elders that's been in this truth years and years, waiting for the Messiah to come back and put his people in his place. We want to give all honors to all the elders of HOI. We want to give all honors to all the men and the aqua out there, keeping themselves, building themselves up, all the brothers out there, hitting them highways and byways, bringing their people back into the truth, teaching this truth. I am Melchizedek.
I'm Dawadah.
Uncle Penuel.
So we're going to get into the day of Simon, and before we get into it, I got a few scriptures in case some people who are listening that's not in the truth and like, what's day of Simon? What does that mean? My pastor never said that. These are Simon is one of our mighty forefathers that we're going to speak on. But we're going to get into some scriptures before that tells you some of these scriptures that we are missing, that you don't bring out or discuss in church, that the Messiah did them himself. So let's start off with Leviticus 23 and 4.
Leviticus 23 and verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy congregations which you shall proclaim in their seasons.
When you see us, the Israelites, saying Day of Simon, unleavened bread, all those have a season. We do those at a certain time of the season. So when you so when you see us do these special feast days, and you're wondering, oh, I never heard that in a church, he never said that. We're going to go in a few scriptures to prove that these are in this book, in the scriptures that you don't know about. So let's jump down to verse 6.
Verse 6. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord.
Unto the who?
Unto the Lord. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread.
Now, of course, a lot of y'all probably ain't heard that in the church, but it's in the Bible. And I know a lot of you saying, oh, well, it's the Old Testament, but it says unto the Lord. When it says unto the Lord, that means something that you're supposed to do. So that's what we always say. You have to read this book for yourself, because these are the things, if the Lord did it, the Messiah did it, and people in church are always saying, I follow Jesus Christ. I do what my Lord do. If he celebrated unleavened bread, why aren't you? You have to ask yourself that. You know what I mean? So that's why I want to bring these scriptures out before we even get into our mighty forefather Simon, to show you that some of the things that we go into is biblical. And a lot of times in the church, a lot of the members, they just go off what the pastor say. They don't read the book yourself. Scriptures say you should find out things in yourself. Let's go to John 10 and 22.
John 10 and 22.
I got it.
You got it?
John chapter 10, verse 22. And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication, and it was winter.
Stop right there. The Feast of Dedication. How many of you heard that in church? Probably none of you. So that's what we're seeing. When we go into these other scriptures, these feast days, they're biblical. Now go ahead, go to 23.
And Jesus walked in the temple.
Who walked in?
Jesus
My Jesus?
walked in the temple.
He was celebrating the Feast of what?
The feast of dedication.
See, a lot of times our people don't realize that the Messiah celebrated these same feast days. But you don't do it. I always hear a lot of people in the church always talk about, I walk like the way Jesus walked. We say so-called Jesus, because technically we're not even supposed to be saying that. But I hear a lot of us always say that. But if you walk in his ways, shouldn't you be celebrating the things he celebrated? You should. So now we about to get into our mighty forefather Simon. Can I get Sirach 44? Let's start at 1 and go all the way to 3.
Sirach 44. You said go to what now?
Let's go to start at 1 and we're gonna go all the way to finish out 3.
Okay. Sirach 44, 1 and 3 reads.
And before the brother starts, just in case it is some Christians on here, we are reading out of the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha was taken out by the Queen. If you notice your regular Bible, and it's also a King James Version, the 1611, it has the Apocrypha in it. Without the Apocrypha, you miss an important part of the Greek captivity. So you missing a lot of part. You know, it's just not 66 books, it's 80 books. These are books that fill in. Now, if you go to, like I say, the 1611, you'll see it in there. Go ahead, Al.
Sirach 44, verse 1. Let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begot us.
Hold up right there. That's what I was saying earlier. We're going to praise these men not to bring them above the Most High or the Messiah, but to show respect for the things that they did for us, to show us the way. And we're going to get into that a little further. You know what I mean? Because like you say, a lot of us, so-called, a lot of us in the truth, we know assignment, but people that's not in the truth, it's no different than when you celebrate these pagan holidays of Columbus Day, Memorial Day. You're celebrating men, but we are celebrating our forefathers, showing respect. Go ahead, Al.
The Lord have wrapped great glory by them through his great power from the beginning.
The Lord did what?
The Lord have wrapped great glory by them through his great power from the beginning.
The Lord has given these men the great power to do the things they did. See, the Lord did this. Go ahead, Al.
Such as did bear rule in their kingdom, men renowned for their power, giving counsel by their understanding and declaring prophecies.
Giving counsel by their prophecies. A lot of the Bible has a lot of prophecies. Simon did a lot of powerful things for our people. So that's what we're going to get into a little further. Now jump down to 7.
All these were honored in their generation and were the glory of their time.
They were honored in their generations. We're going to find out that Simon was an honorable man. One of the Maccabees, one of the honorable men of the Maccabees. Now let's go to Sirach. Go ahead.
I just want to add on that that we have, as the brothers bringing out, Salaki, I just wanted to just add that, we have certain holy days, and we got, like today is still the Sabbath, but we have a day of Simon. It's not necessarily a day that the Lord said we must do, but this stuff we do to show what our forefathers did, so we won't forget, because it was a great, powerful man.
Romans 15.
I yield.
Good point, Al. Let me get Sirach 50 and start at 1 and finish out 2.
Okay. Sirach 50 and verse 1. Simon, the high priest, the son of Ananias, who in his life repaired the house again, and in his day fortified the temple.
Start right there. See, I said repair the house because the Greeks tore up the temple. Simon helped repair the temple. See, that's why I say one of these great men, he was willing to give his life to repair our temple. Finish it out loud.
And by him was built from the foundation the double height, the height fortress of the wall about the temple.
Jump down to, let's go to 5, and we're going to finish it out at 9.
How was he honored in the midst of the people, and his coming out of the sanctuary?
See, right there, honored by his people. See, we're going to get into something else about the scriptures we're in, but we should honor these men. Not only honor them, we should live the way they live. We should sort of follow in their footsteps. And we're going to find out why. We're going to keep going on.
6. He was as the morning star in the midst of a cloud, and as the moon at the full, as the sun shining upon the temple of the Most High, and as the rainbow giving light and the bright clouds, and as the flowers of roses in the spring of the year, as lilies, as the rivers of water, and as the branches of the frankincense tree in the time of summer, as fire and incense and the censer, and as a vessel of beaten gold set with all manner of precious stones.
These are the things they comparing this man to. All these special things. Jump down to 11.
What he put on the robe of honor, and was clothed with the perfection of glory. When he went up to the holy altar, he made the altar of the holiness honorable.
This is him talking about the things he did in the temple when he went up. I can say, when you go into the Apocrypha, you know that the Greeks dishonored our temple with swine's flesh, idols, all that. So Simon was one of the Maccabees, and this, of course, is talking about the end of times when his brothers were gone. Of course, Jonathan was in jail at that time, but he had to lead his people to clean the temple up. So that's why he has this day. He led the temple. He led the people back, because after 3 of the Maccabees had died, our people had lost faith. So Simon had to get the people back in order. He had to give them that faith. He was like, my brothers didn't die for nothing. Now I'm here with you. We're going to go take back our temple, and we're going to clean it back up. Now let's go to, give me that Romans 15:4. Let me get Daniel 11 and 31.
Romans chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever thing were written before time were written for our learning.
It was written for our what now?
For our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
That's what I was saying earlier. That's why we was reading the Apocrypha. That's why we was reading Leviticus. Because it says whatever thing was written in our foretime, before us, was for our learning. So when people say the Old Testament is done away with, that's foolish. And I'm going to give a comparison to that. It's just like you not learning basic math and you just jump into algebra. How can you know algebra if you don't know simple multiplication and addition? You can't learn that without that. So when our people have that saying, the Old Testament is done away with, read that one more time, huh?
For whatsoever thing were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Things in the Old Testament was written for our learning. Things in the Bible was written for our learning, so we can go back and know how these men moved. Mm-hmm. See, and of course, I'll say this, some of us in the truth, we know a lot of prophecies haven't been fulfilled yet in the Old Testament. So it's like somebody telling you to eliminate the first part of the book. This book is a completion, it's a combination of all books. You can't know one thing without knowing the other. You can't jump to the New Testament without knowing the Old. That's an incompletion. Well, you have something? Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, I just want to. Is dead?
Yeah.
I just want to for like, if you take out, let's say the Old Testament is no good anymore, which a lot of Christians say. Is that the Old Testament? Like you don't supposed to be reading out of it. So in other words, it doesn't count to them. They won't just say that, but they'll show you that it don't count. Okay, that's cool. And so when they say that the Old Testament is done away with, well, don't you know there's more prophecies supposed to be on their way? You know what I'm saying? So when you say the Old Testament is done away with, you shut out. Well, you don't shut out the prophecies. Well, you do shut them out. You shut them out from your memory, knowing what's a prophecy and what's not. You can't identify it. Why? Because you destroyed the Old Testament in your mind. So when you see, so now when they talk about UFOs, you don't know what they're talking about, because in the Old Testament they talk about chariots, and so you don't know what's going on. But it's just like you know how people have, what you call it when you want something to do, they put it on their refrigerator so I won't forget.
Oh yeah, like
the sticky note reminder.
Yeah.
Right. You just destroyed all your sticky notes.
Mm.
The Old Testament is sticky notes daily. Do you really? I mean, the New Testament, He died for your sins, okay, and now you under the sacrificial laws. Okay, that's New Testament. It ain't too much more in that, other than who's the Gentiles, who's not. But the Old Testament is full of everything that made the root or the flowers grow in the New Testament. It wouldn't be no flowers in the New Testament if there wasn't no root in the Old Testament. Well, yeah.
Okay. You had something to
I'm just gonna add on there, but both of you were saying is that this here is telling us from our forefathers what they went through to help prepare us now, so we can know, far as faith, how Simon, what he went through, how great he was, because he had faith. That faith, people start believing in him. And so that shows us, as we down now, and we've been downtrodden by this world that we going through, that we got to have faith, and we know we got faith that things gonna get better for us. And we know what happened when we fall away from following these commandments and how we fall into the condition that we in. And it just go on and on, all through this book, telling our history. I yield.
I need one more.
Go ahead.
Like right now, when they say UFOs, big head people, skinny, 3 fingers, and all this other stuff, it's how they want to identify the people, the UFO for you. All right, so now in the Old Testament, the Lord have not identified nobody that damn ugly. You see what I'm saying? And so now they identified it because they want you to be scared, because it was told that black people came off the UFOs. But the chariots, black people came off there. The white man said black people came off there. They was 10 feet tall. She said, "What you mean they dark?" He said they look like African Americans, like they've never been conquered. Okay, so now the white man has to give you the truth, but then it doesn't say he can't take it away and then throw his lies at you, because that's what he's about. But he still has to give you the truth, because it's the law of the land that he bring the truth. That's why he brought the Bible and threw everything around the Bible, so you won't understand that it's the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And so now the UFOs, back to UFOs. So they're trying to tell you the UFOs is aliens, and black people should fear them just like white folks. No, we shouldn't fear the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We don't enjoy the same thing, and we don't fear the same thing. White folks don't fear about getting pulled over, getting killed, and none of that. You see what I'm saying? We do. So when the UFOs, if the white folks fearing, that means you should be happy, because they are for you. Listen, you got 2 enemies. Whoever comes in the middle, he gonna take a side. If the UFO come in the middle, it's gonna take a side. And just like Simon said, he had to re-encourage the people. So we got to re-encourage the people that they're not aliens. They are people who look like you, black folks. That's is you. Your people is coming for you on them chariots, and that's about the rapture. Don't let nobody tell you that it's some grown ants walking around here talking about they trying to kill everybody. They may be, but you don't shoot at them, because they're not messing with you. They come to kill who they come to kill, and it ain't black folks. The Iran don't even want to kill black folks. Black folks like to jump in the way.
You got the Daniel?
Yeah, the Daniel 11:30.
No, you good.
That's good.
You got the Apocrypha with you? Let me get First Maccabees, go to 148. Before you read that, like we was always saying, see, a lot of times, and we about to go back into Simon. A lot of times the New Testament refers to the Old Testament. People don't realize that.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah, so when somebody says the Old Testament is done away with, of course, we're going to show you right here in Daniel where it refers to the Apocrypha. It doesn't say them by name, but it's the same thing. Give me what you got out.
Daniel 11 and 34.
31. We go to 31.
31.
Yep.
Daniel 11 and 31. An arm shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice, and they shall place the abomination that marketh desolate.
Stop right there. This is talking about the same thing in Sirach. What they did to the temple. Now, it's not saying the names, but it's the same. Daniel saw the same thing, what they did to the temple. And see, sometimes, like I said, we certain, and I hate to get on the church, but I'm trying not to get on.
No, they need to be on, because you know what? Now the government is supposed to rack up all the black church leaders, and they're supposed to go to. You heard about that yet? Okay, so the government is supposed to gather up all the black church pastors and tell them how to teach their people, because the UFOs are coming to get them prepared. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
kidding. That is crazy.
I'll send it to you.
I believe you. I'm just saying.
Pounds and pounds.
I just can't believe it. I believe you. That's crazy.
I believe the government got a relationship with them better than with us. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Ain't no sense coming to us because we already know the truth.
Wow.
And just like we were saying, see, it's talking about the sanctuary and made it desolate. Who did that? We read that in the Apocrypha. The Greeks did that. So when you talk about the Old Testament is not done, the Apocrypha doesn't belong, it's referring to those same things. You know what I mean? And that's what we're trying to reiterate. So keep going up.
32. And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatteries, but the people that do know their God,
That do what?
that do know their God, shall be strong and do exploits.
And that's what we were seeing, what we said in Romans. That's why all that stuff in the Old Testament was written, so you can be strong and already know these things are coming. So if you don't refer to the Old Testament, you don't know these things are coming. It makes no sense. And when you think, when somebody says the Old Testament, go to them and tell them, why don't you take out that book, take out half the dictionary. You wouldn't even be able to speak most of the words. You can take out any book, I don't care what it is. It doesn't make sense to say the first part of it don't matter. That's, how can I say it? It's ludicrous for somebody to think that.
But I'm just going back. Like you said, the Greeks, the Romans did the same thing. See how all the ones that took us into captivity, what did they do?
Yeah, and then someone brought the book up. St. Edwards had to rewrite the whole book. Yeah, you're right.
So it's kind of, I don't know how to put it in the words. It doesn't make sense if somebody say that. And then when you think about it, for somebody to say the Old Testament don't count, the Ten Commandments is in the Old Testament. So you saying those don't count either? So, I hate to say it, but if a pastor tells you that, you probably should walk out the church. I can't put it no clearer. I can't put it no clearer. I'm trying to sugarcoat it and make it nice. That's why, these times are coming. But like I always say, that's why we waking up. We're here to wake you up. You know what I mean? This is a wake up. Finish it all up.
And they that understand among the people shall instruct many.
They should what?
Instruct many. Yet they shall fall by the sword, and by flame, by captivity, and by spoil many days.
Now this is talking about the same thing in the Apocrypha, the same thing in Deuteronomy. It said instruct many. Of course, like I was saying, didn't the Messiah inform the people that the Romans was coming? And what happened to some of us when we didn't leave? You went into captivity. You fell by the sword. So when you read the New Testament, it goes right back to some of the Old Testament. And this part is talking about Simon in the days of the Maccabees. Now, of course, some people, it didn't say them by name. It said destroy the temple. We just read in Sirach, destroy the temple. It's the same thing. It's just not mentioned in their name.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. That was, go to read 34 out.
Now, when they shall fall, they shall be hoping with a little help, but many shall cleave to them with flattery.
And this is going like into Revelations. Also, when they say cleave to us. In Jeremiah, when they say they should cleave, it's going. It's not a recycle, but it's saying all these are. He is seeing this. Daniel is seeing this in his head. He's seeing this. Let's go to 1 Maccabees 1 and 44. Let's go all the way to 48, and then you go to 5 and 17, or however you want to do it.
Okay, 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 44. For the king had sent letters by messenger unto Jerusalem and the city of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land, and forbid burnt offering and sacrifice and drink offering in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath day and festival days.
Stop right there. It's still talking about the temple, the same thing we were saying in Daniel. It's the same thing. Now, you have to ask yourself, it's going to be further. Why would they pull this Apocrypha out? You got to ask yourself. But we're going to go further on. You're going to see the things Simon did, and it should tie in and be like, I see why they pulled it out. Because the things Simon, he did, it should motivate you to do certain things. Keep going up.
Number 20,
46, actually.
46. And pollute the sanctuary and holy.
And do what?
And polluted the sanctuary and holy people.
It's the same thing we just said down.
But I guess these books don't go together. So like, I don't know.
No, you good.
I'm just saying, so I guess it don't go together. And you said the same exact thing.
God, it's the same thing he said in Daniel. So I don't want to keep repeating it, but when somebody say the Apocrypha shouldn't be in here, it's tying in together, like I said. It's talking about polluting the sanctuary. Same thing. Go ahead, Akmal, finish it out.
And pollute the sanctuary and holy people. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine flesh and unclean beasts.
That's the same thing we were saying in Sirach. They had the temple and the altars with swine's flesh. You know, they were doing unclean things in the temple. Keep going up.
That they should also leave the children's uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanity.
Now, don't some of that tie in today?
Yeah, I tell you this.
You know, all manner of uncleanliness. I'm just going to make it simple. What does the enemy serve us? Swine
Everywhere. Swine everywhere.
Crab, lobster. He gives that to you.
You put pork in your chips.
All that. And the food coloring.
Yeah, food coloring. And so now you see his trademark. He putting pork here. He putting pork in the Old Testament. He putting pork in the New Testament. He putting pork in the Apocrypha, and you eating pork today. And you still don't get it.
But like it said, like we go in Romans, these things was written in the foretime for you right now. You gotta tie them in. Let's get that 1 Maccabees 5 and 17.
1 Maccabees 5 and 17. Then said Judas unto Simon, his brother, choose thee out men and go and deliver thy brethren that are in Galilee, for I and Jonathan my brother will go into the country of Gilead.
Stop right there. Now he telling Simon to go get his people, his brother, to deliver his brethren. We consider each other brother. He's sending this mighty man that can give, he can lose his life. He's doing that for his people. Doing that for his people. I jump down to, we're gonna go to 20. Let's go to 20 and we're gonna finish it out at 22.
Now unto Simon were given 3,000 men to go into Galilee, and unto Judas 8,000 men for the country of Gilead. Then went Simon into Galilee, where he fought many battles.
He fought what?
Many battles.
No, he didn't do anything.
Many battles.
He fought many battles with the heathens, so that the heathens were discomfited by him.
The heathens was what now by him?
Discomfited by him.
That's why we have a day of Simon. He went to the heathens. It said many battles. Now, like I just, in America, we got Memorial Day. It's another one. What's the flag? Well, I can't remember. But aren't those days supposed to be celebrating men who did battle? This man went here against the heathen for his people. Many battles.
Many battles. Many.
And he said that the heathen, they were uncomfortable when he came.
Yeah.
You have to know what type of brother that any enemy of war, like, oh man, we got to deal with this cat.
Yeah.
They uncomfortable knowing they got to, and the thing about that is of course, we celebrate the Maccabees, but Judah Maccabees was stronger than him. So you got to know what type of Judah's Maccabees. If they nervous of Simon,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If Simon is a bad boy, and he ain't even the beast of the Maccabees,
Right.
you know what I mean? But Simon was the wise one. He was calculated too. So sometimes people don't want to deal with somebody that's calculated. You know what I mean? He know how to put people in place. He was the thinker of the group. Simon was the thinker of the group.
Somebody do it?
Yeah. Can you get that?
That might be Josiah.
That's Josiah.
Let's go to, somebody give me 1 Maccabees 13 and let's go to 1.
1 Maccabees 13 and verse 1.
We're going to go all the way to 7. Come.
1 Maccabees 13. Now, when Simon heard that Tryphon had gathered together a great host to invade the land of Judah and destroy it, and saw that the people was in great trembling and fear, he went up to Jerusalem and gathered the people together.
He did what?
He went up to Jerusalem and gathered the people together.
Stop right there. He went, once he heard somebody was coming to attack the land, he went to go gather the people together. He doing this for his people. He easily could have been like, man, I'm not doing nothing. I'm about to get out of here.
Yeah.
That's why they take the apocrypha out. Because I'm going to say this. When you read about Simon, it's like, you know how when you come out of a karate movie or a Rocky movie, and when you see that, it motivates you. It used to be when we read books, when we read about mighty men, that would motivate us. You take this book out about Simon, we don't have a hero. The thing Simon did would makes him a hero, makes people want to be like him. I'm gonna give you a classic example, and I know the young folks don't know, Muhammad Ali. How many of us heard Muhammad Ali and wanted to be just like him?
Oh, just like
The way he talked, the way he carried himself. That's a man of action. Now just imagine if we was reading about Simon when we was little. You would want to be like this guy. That's why the book had to come out. Keep going out.
and gave them extortion, saying, Ye yourselves know what great thing I and my brethren and my father's house have done for the laws?
What Simon say he did?
He said, no, the great things I and my brethren and my father's house have done for the laws and the sanctuary, the battles also and troubles which we have seen.
Now he telling all these people the things that my brothers has did, the battles we've been going through. Now let me ask you that. That wouldn't be motivating? That's motivating to anybody. He's telling the battles we went through. Now, these battles ain't just for him. These battles are for his people. Just like I said when Muhammad Ali, didn't he always speak about my people? What he tell you? I do things for my people. I don't want the title. You can give all that. Remember why he ain't want to go in the military? He was like, no, you using me to grab my people in. I'm not doing that. That's motivating. And like I said, how many people want to be like him? Just imagine if you read about Simon when you was younger, the things he did. That's motivating. That's why they had to pull the apocrypha out, to keep us in a certain state, to not motivate us.
Salakia,
Go ahead.
when you see all these superheroes on TV and that they make up these characters, it's about us. We were the superheroes. We was the ones that's fighting, defeating, and killing many. But see, that's what they hide from us. I yield.
So, like you say, same thing. Like how many people want to be Iron Man, Spider-Man? It's the same thing. Like I say with Rocky, when you see a Rocky movie or whatever, or Bruce Lee, you go outside, it's the same thing. Finish it out, huh?
By reason whereof all my brethren are slain for Israel's sake, and I am left alone.
Stop right there. Now this is when all his brothers, the Maccabees, were gone. He the only one left, and he like still. It's gonna be honorable. My brothers died for my people. I don't care about that. If I got to give my life for my people, I'm gonna do it. That's an honorable man. Leaving his family, he willing to give his life for his people. How many people willing to do that? Honorable man. Keep going up.
Now therefore, be it far from me that I should spare my own life.
What'd he say?
That I may spare my own life in any time of trouble, for I am no better than my brother.
So he say, I ain't no better than them. They died for the people. I'm no better than them. I'm here to do the same thing for my people. Just like I said, no wonder they had to take the apocrypha off. Just imagine if you hear that. Right. How motivated you should be. Man, he's seen his brothers die. He still ain't turning. Don't matter. I'm still gonna fight. I'm still gonna fight. That's motivating. Keep going up.
Doubtless, I will avenge my nation.
What'd he say?
I will avenge my nation.
No, I'm doing this for myself.
I will avenge my nation and the sanctuary and our wives and our children, for all the heathens are gathered to destroy us of every malice.
Hear what he said. He say, I'm doing this for my nation, my kids, I'm doing this for everybody. Let me ask you this. In our life today, us as a people, we real selfish. We real selfish. You don't hear no selfishness in this man. He like, I'm doing this to avenge my nation, sanctuary, all that. That's why he's not mentioned. That's why the books is pulled out. Just imagine how many people would want to follow this man or be like him. Go ahead, give me that last scripture, huh?
What, 7?
Yeah, Kyle.
Now, as soon as the people heard these words, their spirit revived.
Their spirit did what?
Revived.
And that's what I've been talking about. As soon as the people heard this word, their spirit changed. When you hear about this, your spirit changed. It's gotta be something in you that be like, man, he did that. And that's why we mentioned this one of our forefathers. Read that one more time. Let me get First Maccabees 2:1.
Now, as soon as the people heard these words, their spirits revived.
Now, if you remember early in the scriptures, the people were a little nervous. But after they said all this, the spirit changed. How many times, like I say, you hear somebody, like you hear Malcolm X speak, and that motivates you? How many times you hear us on the corner? How many times you hear some of these elders in any camp, these old elders from One West speaking, that motivates you? Matter of fact, a lot of times, all of us, we had to be motivated. You had to hear somebody to make you get in this truth. You had to be motivated.
Yeah, big time.
And that's what I said. That's why, and I hate to get on it, that's why this book ain't in the church. Don't want you motivated. That's why the Queen pulled this out. She want to keep us in a certain state, in a docile state. Because everybody know, if we all on one page, we don't need no gun. We're going to be hard to deal with.
Yeah.
We're going to be hard to deal with. And no other nation wants that. They don't want that. Not even just on the physical part, on the financial part. If we all come together, we don't need nobody else. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Give me what you got, huh?
Book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 1.
Bring it out.
In those days arose Mattathias, the son of John, the son of Simeon, a priest of the sons of Joarib from Jerusalem, and dwelt in Modin, and had 5 sons. Joannan, called Cadiz, or Cadiz, Simon, called Thasi, Judas, who was called Maccabeus, Eleazar, called Avaram, and Jonathan, whose surname was Aphis.
Now these were all the sons, all the Maccabees, all powerful sons. Now let's jump to, we're going to go all the way to 64.
64. Okay, verse 64.
No, let me, we're going to get into the whole story. Let's go to 18.
18.
Kind of.
All right. So we're about to talk about the son.
Kind, yeah.
All right. Verse 18. Now therefore come thou first, and fulfill the king's commandment, like as all the heathen have done. Yea, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem. So shalt thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friends, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold and many rewards.
Keep going.
Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice, though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him, and fall away everyone from the religion of their fathers, and give consent to his commandments, yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
Stop right there. He told them, I don't care what the king say. We still going to follow the covenant. We still going to do what the Most High want us to do. That's why I always say, that's why this book had to come out. He opposing the king.
Right.
He said, I don't care what the king say. I'm not going against God.
Right.
And that's the mindset we should have. I don't care what the government say. I ain't going against God.
Right.
Go ahead. Huh?
And that's what's wrong with the church today, because the government is going to get all the black pastors together and get them motivated so he can teach the congregation what's coming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so they get along good. But a person that followed HOI, Christ, you can't get along with the government. You can't negotiate scriptures with government. You know, the government can't tell you nothing about what God is planning on doing, because you're supposed to be telling them.
Keep going. Huh? Like you say, I can't go against God. I don't care who, what government, who, king, president, double king, none of that. Keep going. Huh?
Who's that?
21.
21. God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances.
What God say?
God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances.
Like I always say, just imagine if you read this in church when you're young. It's telling you don't break the laws and the ordinance of God. Imagine what type of different people we would be. We wouldn't go against each other. God say don't do that. We wouldn't steal from each other. We wouldn't kill each other. And then, I hate to do it, but see, the church won't read this. It says, God forbid that we should forsake. Forsake means break. We shouldn't break his laws or his ordinance. But the church, what the church tell you? Do what you want.
Come as you are.
Come as you are. It's okay to eat pork. It's okay for ladies to wear pants. That ain't what God said. That's what we supposed to be following. Keep going up.
Yep.
22.
22. We will not hearken to the king's words.
What the Maccabee say?
We will not hearken to the king's
You
words.
better listen to the king.
To go from our religion, either on the right hand or the left. Now, when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar which was at Modim, according to the king's commandment. Which thing when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal.
God, he was what?
Inflamed with zeal.
God, that hyped him up. Don't care what the king said. That zeal come from the Most High. And that's the zeal we got to have. The zeal we got to have for the Most High. The zeal we got to have for our people. Keep going up.
And his reins trembled. Neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar.
Like I say, that's why these
Still
books.
on the altar.
That's why these books had to be taken out. Just imagine.
Them books is bloody.
Just imagine.
Fucked up for the Most High.
Yeah, God. This is telling you. How can I put it? Not so much to go against authority, but don't go against the authority of the Lord.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? No matter what somebody say, if the Lord say this, I don't care what you say. The Lord telling me to go this way. And we'll read that one more time. What do you do now?
I'm going to go to 22 again.
Come on.
We will not hearken to the king's words, to go from our religion, either on the right hand or the left. Now when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar which was at Modim, according to the king's commandment. Which thing when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled. Neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar.
God. What did we just read in Daniel when like we say, why people say the Apocrypha, the same thing. What they was doing in the altar, what Daniel saw, it's the same thing. It's no different. So when you say the Apocrypha is a book that Daniel saw the same thing. And Daniel, that's new, you know what I mean? It's the same thing. How you say one book don't count when they talk. Now granted, in Daniel it didn't say the names, but you know they talking about the altar.
Right.
It's the same thing. Let me see. Go ahead. Do 25 too.
25 too?
Go all the way to 26. Yep, I like 26.
Also, the king's commissioner, who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time. And the altar he pulled down. Thus dealt he zealously for the law of God.
For the who?
For the law of God.
No, for the king.
For the law of God. Like as Phanes did unto Zambri, the son of Salem.
Do 27. I like 27.
And Mattathias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, Whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me.
Now he yelling this through the streets.
Getting the army
He
together.
yelling this through the streets now about the covenant. If you want to follow the covenant, if you want to follow the Most High, follow me. Like I've been saying, you wonder why these books, they don't want to read you. They don't want you to know about these books. Just like I was saying, that's superhero stuff right there. Ain't that Rocky running through? Ain't that's Muhammad? It's all that.
And so like you gotta think about it. The people like he asks, whoever, what did he say? Whosoever is zealous of the law, because he knows people that's watching that just watched it.
God.
That's probably scared, or that's probably ain't got the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so to see you stand up for the law like that,
I'm down.
I'm down now. Like, dang, this brother just stood 10
Against the king.
Against the king. And then he went and recruited. Because I know it's more that feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like you.
No, let's jump to 34.
34.
Con.
Verse 34. But they said, we will not come forth, neither will we do the king's commandment.
What the people say?
We will not come forth, neither will we do the king's commandments to profane the Sabbath day.
And this is the people saying that now. Wonder why they don't want you to read that book, this book. They saying we ain't breaking the Sabbath day. Now let's just do that in today's times. We can go outside. How many people breaking the Sabbath?
At least then, they knew their names. Out here, these niggas don't even know who they are. They don't even know the Israelites. You see what I'm saying?
But they wasn't willing, like you say, they wasn't willing to break the Sabbath.
They weren't willing to break the Sabbath.
But what the scriptures say? What's the first part of knowledge? Fear of the Most High.
Yeah.
That's 32.
Go ahead.
I want to read this.
Go ahead.
Verse 32 it say, they pursued after them a great number, and having overtaken them, they camped against them and made war against them on the Sabbath day. And they said unto them, let that which ye have done hither suffice. Basically saying, let them slide. What y'all got, whatever y'all just did, we're going to let y'all slide because it's the Sabbath. All right? Come forth and do according to the commandment of the king, and ye shall live. But they said, we will not come forth, neither will we do the king's commandment to profane the Sabbath day. So they sat there and tried to make war against these people on the Sabbath because they wouldn't do the king's will. And they didn't even care about dying. They didn't even care about fighting. They keeping the Sabbath day holy, man.
And like you say, our people, the enemy also knows that's our day of rest. So they feel that's a good time to attack us.
Yeah.
That's a good time to attack us. Let's go to, we're going to jump. Let's jump to 64.
64. Verse 64. Wherefore, ye my sons, be valiant, and show yourselves men in Salakia, and show yourselves men in the behalf of the law, for by it shall ye obtain glory.
Always talking about the law, even in the magazine, even in the Apocrypha, talking about the law, keeping the law. That lets you know how important it is to keep the law, keep these laws. Keep going up.
And behold, I know that your brother Simon is a man of counsel. Give ear unto him always. He shall be a father unto you.
Keep going. I want to go take that to 69.
Okay, verse 66. As for Judas Maccabeus, he has been mighty and strong, even from his youth up. Let him be your captain, and fight the battle of the people. Take also unto you all those that observe the law, and avenge ye the wrong of your people. Recompense fully the heathen, and take heed to the commandments of the law. So he blessed them, and was gathered to his fathers.
And it's talking about how strong Judas Maccabees is, because Judas Maccabees was the strongest one of the 5 brothers. But of course, this is about Simon. Simon was the, how they say, the tactician. He was the smart. He was the one that always planned things out. Right. Not to say that he was weak or not, but he was more of a thinker.
Yeah.
Judas Maccabees was just like we say, the tough one of the bunch.
Right.
But Simon was always the calculator. Not to say he wasn't strong or anything like that. He still was calculated.
And this is going to show we the same men today, because we done grew up with guys and all of us kind of different. You got some that's soft spoken. You got some that just ready to go off the ziggity boom. You got some that's kind of like in the middle. Like, so it just going to describe we these same people today.
Good point. And good point. Just like you say, he had 5 sons and they all were different.
Yeah.
They all had their strengths and they all had their weaknesses.
Yeah.
But just like you saying, it points those things out. Like I was saying, we just like that today. And just like I say, the reason the book had to come out because you recognize yourself in this. You might not be Simon. One of us may be Judas Maccabees.
Right.
One of us may be Jonathan. Good, huh?
It's about.
Okay. So these are some of the things, like I say, that's why we go. let's go to Romans. Let's read Romans one more time. Romans 15:4.
Romans 15 and verse 4.
And then somebody give me the classic Zephaniah 2:1.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
And that's why when we go over the Maccabees, we do the day assignment, because this is for your learning. You can see yourself in these scriptures. You can see yourself, just like Ox said earlier. Oh, you got something else?
Yeah, I'm just going to finish it off.
Keep going.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
I like that. Patience. We got to have patience. And the patience give you hope. Just like I was saying, when you read about these Maccabees, and we just on the Maccabees assignment right now, but there's been other strong brothers. We know Daniel, Joe, all those been strong forefathers. But right now, we on them. Just imagine, like you say, that is our superhero. These 5 brothers are the Avengers.
Think about it.
Yeah, the 5 brothers are the
And that's why we celebrating.
There you go. So, and I hate to say it, but when you're in the church, you miss this.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
You celebrating Christmas and all that dumb shit, and you don't know you.
That's not motivating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. Not motivating to grown men.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course, go ahead.
I was going to say, Salakia, when we were saying the superheroes, we know what was Superman's Achilles heel. Kryptonite. What is our kryptonite? When we don't follow these commandments. We fall away. We don't have the commandments. We don't have the faith. What happens to us? I yield.
God, good point. Y'all. Like I was saying, what was I saying? These are our Avengers. And if this could be a movie, what would we do? We all would want to be like these brothers. Just like Ak was saying when he ran through the street, I'm opposing the king. In movies, don't we always basically root for the underdog?
Always.
That's motivating right there. This guy, he's going against the king. Just imagine that.
And he's not even the toughest brother.
The king got power, big army, everything. And he told him, I ain't doing what you say. When you look at that, you like, that's sort of amazing to you. This the king he going against.
Suicide.
You know what I'm saying?
Think about it, how they say they're going to follow the covenant of their fathers. You know what I'm saying? They're going to pray to follow the God of their fathers.
Right.
And so think about it. They got the knowledge of their forefathers conquering kingdoms.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
We don't
They got the courage. They got everything they need. You feel me? To be that far along and be able to still have that courage and that might and that power. Just imagine if they would never took this book away from us. And we follow that history. How would we be today? You know what I'm saying? How you?
Like we say, we don't have that fear of the Lord. And we don't have knowledge of this book. But like we always say, we coming back to this. We getting our strength back.
That's right.
This is how you get our strength back. Knowing the scripture like we just read in Romans. This stuff was written for us. All this books is the Most High leading breadcrumbs trying to get you back home. He giving us ways to come back home. But a lot of us don't want to come back home. He wants you to come back home. He want to put you in your proper place. We just got to want to do it. But of course, it's the 2/3 a lot. And the Most High good with that. He good with that. Give me what you got out there. Let me get Nehemiah 4:13.
The book of Zechariah, Salaki. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather together, yes. Gather, O shameless nation. Before the decree takes effect. Before the day passes away like shadow.
That's what I wanted. And that's why we gather for the day of signing. This is what the Most High wants us to do. He wants us to go over these scriptures. He wants us to learn about our forefathers. This is all for us. And that's how we got to see it. let me get that Nehemiah, then let me go to 2 Corinthians 10 and 4.
Nehemiah 4, right?
Count. We're going to go finish out 13 all the way to 14.
Nehemiah 4, 13 and 14.
Bring it out.
Also, I shook my lap and said,
4 and 13?
my fault.
You did it.
Salakia. 4 and 13. I was in 5 and 13.
Count,
Salakia.
count.
4 and 13. Therefore, set I in the lower place behind the wall, and on the higher places I even set the people after their families, with their swords, their spears, and their bows. And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, be not ye afraid of them, remember the Lord, which is great.
Which is who?
Which is great. And trouble and fight for your brethren.
And do what for our brothers?
And fight for your brothers. For Salakia. For your brothers, your sons and your daughters, your wives and your houses.
It's the same thing what we read in Maccabees. He's telling us to fight for your brother, your sons, your daughters. That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
We're supposed to fight for each other. But if you look at us in today's times, we fighting against each other. Oh, you got something?
No, I'm just going over.
Okay. I mean, but you, something else?
No, I'm just real how I was he was talking about how, we have to remember.
Go ahead and
how
bring it
great-
out there.
how- Remember how great our Lord is. Remember how great he's great and he's terrible. So we gotta remember how great he is. And so we remember how great he is. Sometimes we see like how David, when he saw Goliath, we see some these guys, they marching, they strong, they get all this, and we like, whoa, but we gotta remember who our God is. Our God is the most high of all. And so we got that, and once we get that faith, then hey, can't nobody do nothing to us.
Come. And it, like it says, fight for your brother. You're supposed to stand up for your brother. How that song, all we got is us. That's the thing. They didn't make us our own enemy. And we got to change that. We doing the job of the enemy. Matter of fact, we making it easy for the enemy. He don't have to do nothing. Y'all do it yourselves. And like I say, that's why we have to get into these scriptures so we know. What's the thing? Am I my brother's keeper?
Right.
We all brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all trying to get to that same point. And like I said before, sometimes, the enemy has made us selfish, whereas I just want stuff for me. No, I'm supposed to want the same thing from my brothers. If I want 10 million, I want them to have 10 million too. I don't just want it for myself. I want us all to have that good time. And that's the mindset we got to start having as a people. We got to start coming together. It's not just me, it's all of us. You know what I'm saying? If I'm eating, my brother eating.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just how it's got to be. Give me what you got on that 2 Corinthians 10.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 4.
Come.
For the weapons of our warfare are not of the flesh, but have divine power to destroy strongholds.
To destroy what?
To destroy strongholds.
Come.
We destroy arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God, and take every thought captive to obey Christ, being ready to punish every disobedience when your obedience is complete.
Come. Keep going.
Look at what is before your eyes. If anyone is confident that he is Christ, let him remind himself that just as he is Christ, so also are we.
Which one?
2 Corinthians 10 and 7.
Okay, I want to say, is that Is that the King James you got?
No.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say, because this is something totally different.
What, 1 Corinthians?
That's King James. The
Yes.
little one is.
Yes, 2 Corinthians 10 and 4.
Okay. All right. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Are not what?
Are not carnal.
So that's letting us know that it's just not hand weapons. It's not carnal. A lot of times, this is a spiritual fight we got to realize too. Keep going up.
But mighty through the God to the pulling down of strongholds.
What the Most High gonna do for us?
To the pulling down of
The
strongholds.
Most High gonna pull them strongholds down for us. He gonna make it easier for us, but we got to get right. We got to get right mentally. Keep going up.
Before we go though, you see our weapons are not of the carnal, of the flesh. You know.
Oh wow, that's heavy.
So
right
you
there.
gotta think about it. Like, what weapon is greater than strongholds being pulled down? That's keeping us down. You can get a weapon and kill somebody, but
That's
the
not-
stronghold gonna be there still.
God,
You know what I'm saying? So it really ain't no greater weapon than the Most High.
God.
Select it says, read it again. It says our weapons.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Right. So the weapons of
Our
we can go to
warfare.
war, but not with your weapons.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we do have weapons.
Right.
We don't know how to use them.
Okay, Salaki, but we know what blessing was given to Esau?
The hand.
Weapons.
and the field.
So we know, but what is our strength? Our strength, we know that, that the Most High got our backs. He the one that's gonna deliver us. You can't sit up and make weapons like Esau. He's got that blessing. He sit up and think, man, I could take this cup. Man, I could make this cake. Like, man, how you kill him with a cup? Because that's what he has that gift for. But we gotta realize where our strength for. That's why they want to keep us in sin.
Right.
As we go back to Judah, they know as long as we stay in sin, they what?
We
Weak,
man.
God, I'm gonna tell you what our weapon is and what we call it. What we call this our sword. We got to start using our sword. You know what I mean? A lot of our people, they don't use the sword. Like we always say, what Romans say. This book, this past, is for us. We got to get back in it. But what they tell us, what do they make us believe? What if a lot of us say, "Oh, that's a white man's book,"
Right.
and I always say, "Okay, if it's a white man's book, it's a white man's car. You're still using that.
Right.
You got the white man's money in your pocket. You don't have a problem with that.
No problem with that.
You're okay with that part of the white man. But if this is the white man, you shown from it. But actually, this is helping you out against the white man. Let me rephrase it. This is helping you out against all your enemies.
All of them.
Because it just ain't the so-called white man, the Arab man, the Asian man, they all your enemies. Whether you want to believe it or not. Whether they show you or not in your face, they the enemy.
So like even our own people. Remember, our own people was the ones that killed the what? They're the ones that killed the prophet. Okay? So it's not just, we're not just sitting up here and just bashing Esau. Esau gonna get his. Okay? But we got to realize it's all people that's not going to accept this. They are enemies.
Oh yeah.
And you're 100%. It ain't even for us to get right. It starts with us. The nation's gonna get theirs.
They're getting theirs.
But when the Messiah come back, who he gonna get rid of first? It's us who don't follow the commandments. He cleaned the house first. That's what we gotta realize. He gonna clean the house
That's
first.
when you thought we had enough.
Keep going up.
Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God.
Against the knowledge of who?
Against the knowledge of God.
What our people don't have?
Against the knowledge of God. And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
Everything going into captivity to the obedience. You know what I mean? To follow these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's fine.
Gonna keep you out of that mental captivity.
Come.
Keep going. Let's go all the way to 6. Let's finish 6 out. I like that.
And having a readiness to revenge all disobedience. Salaki, just like Maccabees. Or Mattathias. It say having in readiness to revenge all disobedience. He was revenging all the disobedience. With zeal, with a good zeal on it. It's like watching that man make that sacrifice on the altar. Man, man. It's a matter of how you gotta feel like. I don't feel like that when my kids kind of disrespecting me, or I'll just say don't do that. So just imagine how you gotta be like that for the Most High, because you see somebody breaking His law.
Yeah.
Like you ready to just go off. You
Right.
feel me?
You made a good point. When he did that, my man was disrespecting the Most High,
Disrespecting, man.
and he got furious.
He got furious.
Man, you doing sacrifices up here on the Most High's altar?
Man.
Okay, I see what I
This
got
a
to
gang.
do. You know what I'm saying?
Like the Most High ain't got nobody got his back down here.
God,
You know what I'm saying?
God. But what's that scripture? What the Most High say? Who gonna fight for me?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
That's what the Maccabees did.
Yup.
Who gonna have my back? That's what the Lord told us.
Right. Right.
And then,
No, go ahead. Al.
Slovakia. Then here's how, what was his name? Trathion tried to get Simon. He was like, he's trying to be, we give you your brother Jonathan. We're going to give your brother Jonathan back, but give me some silver and then give me his sons.
God,
But
God.
he, by us being into the word and following his commandments, he could see that he was being deceived.
See.
So we understand, just like our enemy, he knew not to trust his enemies. But what's the first thing we want to do?
Trust him.
What people complain about now because some voting rights is taken away from 19.
Damn,
You know what I'm saying? So who are you putting faith in?
Right.
You see same people that did all these things to you, you think they're going to help you?
Right.
So what's the big deal? But he knew from getting into the word, from follow these commandments, he knew who his enemy was, and he wasn't being deceived.
It's like no vote ever. There was never 4 years where we did not have a white man foot in our backs.
Right.
With our votes or without our
Without
votes.
the vote.
He
The
still
foot
has
still
his
in the
foot.
back.
You know what I'm saying? So if we don't get no more votes, and we had this nasty nigga. What worse can we get?
Right. And when we think about it, the Most High is really all he's doing.
Yeah,
Because he killing our dependency on our enemy.
yeah. Right.
You
That's
feel
heavy.
me? A lot of the
Yeah,
stuff that they taking
We
away
depend.
is we blended in with them. It's more
Right.
we dependent
The
on.
Lord don't want us to depend
You don't
on
depend
him.
on him at all. He wants
Right.
you to depend on him. So he's taking the
Take
things
your votes
that got you crippled right now.
That's
Yeah.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
had no choice but to turn to the Lord.
Because before we all came together, we did better. Before we came together with our enemy.
God.
They saw that we was doing better and wanted to come together and
Yeah. And so
destroy what we got.
Right.
Right.
And want to make us join with them.
With them. We didn't need them.
When we was separated, we jailed.
We jailed good.
jailed.
We jailed good. We didn't have no problem. You know what I'm saying?
we trust each other when the white man ain't in the middle of it.
Exactly.
We did so good to the point is where they, like you said, they had to destroy cities because we was striving without them.
Right.
And that messes up their mind. How these guys been in slavery all these 20 years and they got these cities built?
Yep.
They amazed by that. We can't have that. You know what I mean? And just like the point you say, like we was talking about earlier, people be talking about voting. I say, well, what is this man gonna give you that you can't give yourself?
Exactly.
Explain it to me. What you gonna and how we said as people, should you feel some type of way asking a man for something? You a man?
Your enemy.
You know what I'm saying? Should you feel some type of way
Yeah, you actually your enemy.
to give you a crutch
Get your push, yeah.
to keep you in that state? You know what I mean?
So like, remember we talked earlier, and my neighbor was like, "Hey man, think about these votes." I said, "Man, listen, this whole system is against the black family anyway. What have they done for us? They took the man out the household, right? They gave a woman a house, gave her money, long as she don't have a man. They destroyed us mentally, and what have we gotten from this? What have they done anything to structurally build the foundation for a strong black family?" I'll wait. He's like, "Well, so what you voting for?"
Right, yeah. You vote, but unless you vote to keep his foot in your butt, because there never was a year that it wasn't.
Right.
And if you in
Every
this
year you
book,
voted, there was a nigga getting hung.
and if you in this book tell you don't vote for somebody that's not
the
your
Bible
nation.
tell you do not vote.
I lost my train. What you said about Jonathan, he killed him anyway.
Yeah.
And kept his sons. He killed them anyway. He was already, he was going to kill him. He just wanted to take his sons. And then he killed them anyway.
Killed them anyway.
And the point we were saying about, it's a story. I'm going to try to make it brief. I don't know if y'all heard this about the wolf and the dog. Yeah, nobody heard that. You heard that story? It was a wolf and a dog, right? The dog came up and the wolf was kind of narrow. He ain't been eating. And the dog was pretty hard.
Right.
So the wolf, the dog tell the wolf, like, why don't you come with me? My master treat me pretty good. So the wolf was like, cool. The dog told him we can eat and all this, so they walking. So the wolf look and say, hey, what's that on your neck? He say, it ain't nothing. My master just chained me up at night. The wolf say, he chained you up at night. The wolf turns around and like, basically, I'd rather go hungry than be in chains. And the story of it, like I said,
I never heard that
yeah,
story.
yeah. He say, instead of me being under somebody, I'd rather be on my own.
Right.
For freedom.
Freedom.
You know what I mean? If you gotta have that chain just to eat, I'll do better on my own.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I made it this long. I'll be all right.
Right. It's just like, even the wolf understood seasons. You know what I'm saying? He understand that, yeah, I'm skinny, but I'm able. You know what I'm saying? I know within this season, like just like in life,
Yeah.
all our seasons not gonna be the best.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna have the best seasons, right?
Yeah.
But we knowledgeable to know what to do and how to survive in that season and why it's hard.
Right, yeah.
Right? So then when the season get good,
Yeah.
I can see that same dog. Yeah, I'm fat too, but I ain't on that chain though. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just like a person probably with a 6-figure job. Yeah, I see you doing good, but once my business blow, I'm gone and I ain't got no chain on. I ain't got no cap on my business.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So it's kind of like an analogy to that.
And also, the owner can take that food from you anytime.
And there you go.
Anytime.
Take that job from
The
you.
owner die, you die.
Exactly.
That too.
You know how to defend for yourself.
You may not, the dog may not bark one time. Oh no, I gotta get rid of you. Now what? Now where you at? And we see that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
How they do some of our people when you don't do what they want you to do.
Get rid of you. Like you ain't nothing.
And I hate to pull that, what my man say in Black Panther, when they was gonna lock him up, he say, oh, so you can fix me just so you can lock me up? No, throw me in the river with my ancestors. He said, because even they knew freedom was better than bondage.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get this last one. Let's get 2 Timothy 3 and 8 and 9, somebody.
Yeah, freedom better than bondage. You know, it's like some people like people taking care of them. Some men like women to take care of them.
It's comfort.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of times.
Some people like the white
Three,
man. Some people like the white man to take care of them.
Yeah, it's a lot of times we don't like that comfort. I mean, we okay with comfort. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of times we don't like to be uncomfortable sometimes, but when you're uncomfortable, you grow a lot of times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me what you got out.
And as Janice and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds reprobate concerning the faith, but they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men, as there also was.
So that's going into all these people who go against the people of the truth. How many people go against us when we go into this book? How many people say, Dad, Simon don't mean nothing to me?
Yeah.
After all the great things we said he did. You know what I'm saying? All these things gonna eventually, like the scriptures say, they gonna come to pass. And we gonna see who was right. We gonna see.
Yeah.
You got something else?
No, I'm good.
I was gonna say, it's funny how they say certain things don't mean nothing to them. Like the holidays y'all celebrate means something to y'all.
But how does it say, verse 9? It say, they shall not proceed no further, and all things shall manifest to all men. All these things in the scriptures don't manifest. You know, even though, like I said, we got people just, what do they call them, that go against us? What's the name? What do they call them? The ones that go against us that be saying, so I can't think of the name, what they call them.
You have witness now?
No, I mean,
You talking about the apologetics?
no, the whole name, what they call them.
Gentiles.
They go against what?
That go against the stuff he's saying. I can't think of the name.
Anti-Semitic?
No, just everybody, a combination of the whole. What do they call them? I can't think of
Scoffers. Like,
There you go.
Scoffers.
There you go.
Okay.
All of them going against us with what this book say. But like you say, what we say, we only read what the book say.
that's it.
That's all.
And it's a problem.
It's a problem.
Well, Salakia, they try to say, well, you know, y'all in the coat, this and that. And I say, okay, hold it. They tell you what day you gonna sit down with your family, what you gonna eat, you gonna have the turkey, you gonna have the dressing, you gonna have the cranberry sauce and the football game, and you gonna do this. All right? They ain't tell you what day you're gonna put your tree up. They ain't tell you what day you're gonna give your mama flowers, which is one of them wicked days coming up. What day you gonna give your daddy some socks. You know what I'm saying? So they try to say that they the ones that be in control.
Because everything they're celebrating is not, you can't find in the
You
Bible.
can't find one thing in the Bible.
It ain't thus said the Lord. Like, y'all doing what the man telling y'all to do, but calling us a cult.
A lot of people don't know the real definition of a cult.
Right.
If you go over your mother's house every weekend,
That's a cult.
y'all a cult. So a lot of times with our people, we hear certain things, and for some reason we just like to say everything is that. You know what I'm saying? If you go to like a school meeting every other week, that's a cult.
Right.
That's what the definition is. So some people just like our people just want to say something. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
So like I think they take a definition and they turn it into something else. So when they say in a code, they mean that you being controlled. They're trying to say that you being controlled and you can't think for yourself. But in actuality, they the ones that's being controlled,
And they can't think
they can't think for themselves.
Because they don't read.
Con.
That's crazy. First, you tricked them out of their nationality. Then you put them in a religion, and then when the good religion come, you teach them how to not see anything good, but what you gave them.
Exactly.
I wish my kids was that obedient.
They taking what you see
I
and
wish these
read.
niggas talk about that. I wish these black folks out here would. I wish my kids would learn something from these black people out here. Like they got their head of the white man butt. I want them to learn that and put their head in my butt, my kids. And that's impossible.
Well, the
They-
first,
That ain't gonna happen.
no, well, you know the first how it was. How can I say it? It was beaten into us at first.
Yeah,
Because you got to remember when we came off them ships, we what?
we slave.
It was beaten into you.
Yeah, we was real rebellious at first.
Yeah, so it was beaten into you.
Yeah,
And then after time, what do they also do? Like if you have a kid, they take your kid, take him to another plantation. It's what's that game? They played the game of
Of musical chairs.
there you go.
Right.
So now we all over the place. So now, like you say, we don't know who we are. We missing and we looking for stuff.
Right.
So it ain't just that. It's a little bit like I say, we don't have that knowledge, but it's a little bit of how can I put it? They basically picked us apart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they picked us apart, certain things, because like I said, if you have a kid, even though you came off them ships, you still gonna teach your kid what's right.
No, for sure.
So what they say, I got to take your kid from you, because you still gonna teach him, and if you obedient, he gonna be the same thing. So I can't have that.
Right.
I gotta basically start fresh with him. Go ahead.
I just want to say that's a good point you're saying, because I was going to speak on what Dawah spoke on, like first with the women being in the house and the man being out the house, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They came in with that movement to get both parents out the house. The children just made a valuable point about getting the children. So if it was aimed first at the man,
Right.
so we can get the woman, right? This is the breaking down. Now the man out the house and the woman is in her head like, I don't need a man now. Now she got to go to work.
Right. Now you go to kids.
Now who got the kids?
Right.
Who got the kids? The
Take
government.
care of themselves. basically.
School. You got
TV.
now you got TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was all by design
By
to
design.
get the kids. Because first we got the man out the way. We got the strongest part out the way.
Yeah.
The woman became strong. Now we got to just keep giving her gifts, and gifts destroy the heart. You know what I'm saying? And as we keep giving her gifts and gifts, now I get to the point where, all right, we don't care about you, now you got to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not like you say, the kids raising the kids, and our enemy found the way to get through our families. Because we know we was real family knitted.
Yeah.
We was strongly
When
family
we came over
knitted,
here,
man.
we had rights and
Yeah,
stuff.
man. You know, so they did a number on us, man. They still doing it. All right, now
You know, kind of what's the word you always use? Once they took the man out, no structure.
no structure. The structure was broken.
You know what I'm saying? You don't got no structure, you're in a disarray. We going this way, you going this way, you going this way. I'm doing this, I'm telling you this, I'm telling them this. The structure is gone.
But not only that, Salaki, but that you got confusion. Who's the author of confusion?
Right.
The enemy.
Constant.
So that is it for the day assignment. We hoping that if you not in the truth, at least you will look deeper into the scriptures, look into things we say for yourself, and try to start looking in the scriptures and seeing if it's actually what we talked about is it in the book here. So we want to give all honor to all our elders and all the Israelites, and hope you happy feast day to everybody out there. Shalom.
Shalom.
Good class.
Elders say we was in the spirit. He texted me, so I didn't want to say that, but